Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a live broadcast here of the AXHL. We're talking about the playoffs. That's right, season 11 playoffs, and it all kicks off tomorrow. The wild card spots. We got four matchups here we're going to go over. We got your analysis. We got your predictions. We got all of that on here. Now, it was my mistake here. Come on today. I forgot there was a game 7 going on with St. Louis. That game's almost done on here. We got another colleague that will be joining us here shortly. But right now, let me bring my partner here, my co-host, Giant91. Hey, this guy needs no introduction here. Giant, it feels like it's been forever. How are you doing over there? And welcome to the broadcast.
www.theaxhl.com. Follow us on X at theaxhl. Hollywood, I'm pretty pumped up over here. Yeah, you mentioned that there was a playoff game in the real NHL, but nothing is hotter than being here. This is a league that my understanding is it started with just 7 teams, and now we're up to 40 teams in this league, and now we're in the playoffs, and we have a best of 3 series. So I'm looking forward to the analysis tonight. Unfortunately, it looks like it's over for you for the Jets. So sorry you guys stunk it up so much to the Winnipeg Jets fans out there, but it doesn't look like there's much hope. They're just whipping around their towels right now, and I mean they're just going to use it to be wiping their tears at the end of this game, Hollywood.
Well, hopefully, Giant, you don't jinx it on here because I know there's a lot of St. Louis Blues fans in this league on here.
Nah, I'm not.
Right now,
It's
holding a
over, son. It's over.
2-goal lead, 3-1 with about 3 minutes to go. And like I said, we're gonna have. I do want to get Rocky in on here because I do want to talk about the league. That was presented here. I've been on a hiatus for like I don't know. It seems like forever. It's been at least 2 years. And then a couple of weeks ago, I messaged. We were in discussion with a guy called Viz. Giant, this guy from like years. I'm talking about like
15 years. 15
at
years.
least.
I can't believe he's still playing. That in itself is
You
impressive.
know, if you guys remember the VHL and stuff, this guy was a beast over there, but also in other leagues with us. The controversial Mr. Hollywood money scandal on there. Vision knows all about that, but we're not going to get to it. That's a whole different broadcast, whole different thing on why we're here. But the guy messaged me on here, because me and him, we've been part of a lot of different leagues, a lot of leagues out there, and then this one comes up. This one is brought up on here. And you know what, Giant? I think we have our other partner on here. You mentioned the Blues game is over. I guess maybe it is. We'll see what this guy has to say. Rocky, man, welcome to the broadcast. Hey, listen, man. Listen, I know tonight the millions and the millions of the Rock fans will be watching here tonight. You know why? WWE ain't on Sunday nights, man. Welcome to the broadcast. How you doing over there, Rock?
Oh, like you said, man, I'm just finishing up the Blues game. It's still 3 minutes left, but other than that, not too bad. It's been a good game so far. Can't complain. Ready to call some AXHL.
Now,
Awesome.
Rocky, welcome to the program. Could you give us a brief description of when the league started up and kind of the genesis of when it started or whatever? And let us know if you have any audio issues as well.
Yeah.
Hollywood, I suspected, is using some sort of janky program, so I just want to make sure that the audio is okay. This is our premiere edition of the playoffs analysis, and I'm going to be really freaking upset if we have some audio issues in the year 2024. Go ahead, Rocky.
Not having any audio issues. I think it's more on my end. These shitty headsets, I can't. My audio doesn't like to work. So if you see me messing with it, that's kind of what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Rocky. I mean, have you been here since day one, since the inception of the league? When did you join the league on here? And are you owning any team right now? What team do you play for? Can you get into a bit about that?
Well, I've been here since season 7. I've known DJ Treasons for like 15 years. He's been around. I've been around him forever. I'm currently the AGM of Florida. It's not really my team, but I helped. It was basically folding. We had a manager get banned, and then so I helped the guy that took over. So it's not really even my team. It's just they brought in a bunch of dudes from LG, and they've been pretty successful. So I can't complain about where I'm at.
Okay. So from season 7, so that's not too bad on there. The guy that brought this up to me was Fizz. Me and him go way back, and then I was really shocked because when he brought this up, me and Giant have done numerous leagues back in the day, and generally what it is, it's either like a snake draft you have on there, or there's like a bidding war going on. You know what I mean? Or there's a franchise, some sort of. And then when he told me this was bring your own team, basically on there, and then also then you mentioned about trades and stuff. Then I'm like, everything he said, it was like, how is this working? How is this going on here? And not only that, but to be here season 11 already with 40 teams is pretty impressive on here. Is it? I mean, because I've been a part of a lot of leagues, and a lot of those leagues, especially last year with the NHL was at 24, a lot of them folded, man, because that game and that season, a lot of the leagues either rebranded, we've seen going on and stuff. But this being that, like, what is making it so successful? Like, what is making it like that? It's the hot thing right now on here, the way it's going. Did the league envision that this is how it's going to be, man? Or is it a surprise to a lot of you guys? Is it because it's different from the other competitors on there? Because me and Giant are very shocked on this, and we definitely want to know, man. What's your input on that?
Yeah, I think it's got a lot to do with the management, the guys that we bring in to own the teams, and then obviously league staff has a big part to do. You can't have a successful league without successful managers and staff members, and we've got a pretty good staff group around here. I've been staff since season, I think it was 8. I jumped on staff. I started as discipline, and then kind of just worked my way up to deputy commissioner. So I attribute a lot of the league success to how it's ran, the staff members, and just kind of a certain level of professionalism. Like there's got to be some professionalism when it comes to running a successful league. Really, that's what it boils down to. If you're not doing the right things to want or get people to want to stay here, then they're not going to, because there's 1,000 leagues out there. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're bringing your own team. A lot of people like that. You don't have to go through a draft. There's a very large headache that comes with drafting people. And if you don't have to do that, you can just pick your boys. You have a club that you run with on the regular. Bring them in, have fun. That's all. That's all we want to do around here. Just have fun, play with your boys. And obviously, if you can do that successfully, then that's a plus.
Hey, it's working, man. So that's
now
the bottom
give us
line.
an idea of how many members there are and how many admin there are for the entire league. If you could briefly describe, just ballpark figures is fine as well.
Well, we're approaching 1,900 members.
God damn, that's impressive.
Yeah, we're up there. I think the only league that's bigger than us is the LG. I don't think there's some that are pretty close to us, but other than that, we're pretty up there. As far as staff member goes, oh man, just a ballpark it maybe 20, 30. I'm not sure exactly how many we have. We got a broad spectrum. So we got media, transactions, all the way down to or up to owners and league commissioners, because everybody pitches in. I'm a DC, but I'll do transactions, I'll do discipline, I'll do anything the league needs. I'm your man. Same thing goes.
Now you're
with
talking about
other
transactions, so you're saying that teams will trade their players and stuff like
Yeah,
that with each other?
Absolutely. Yeah. We encourage it. There's a lot that goes into, obviously people have their own guys that they bring in, but we have a very large free agent pool that people just join the league. They don't have any affiliation with anybody. They can jump in and join a team. We scout preseason and all that stuff, and then you can sign whoever you want. So it's, I like the way this league's ran. I definitely like draft leagues, but there's a certain level that the BYO team changes things, and it's fantastic.
Now, if you're on a roster, are you mandated to play X amount of games per season or no?
No, you don't necessarily have to play a certain amount. Just there's a playoff eligibility that you have to meet. But other than that, no, you can play however many or however few you want to play.
Because I'm seeing some of the stats on some of the teams we're about to discuss, and it looks like some of them only played 3 games during the season, and it looks like there's 50 regular season games. Is that correct?
No, there's 82. We played an 82 game schedule this season.
Jesus.
So
yeah, that's a lot.
What's the approximate length of an 82 game season? Approximate length? 6 months?
Well, they're playing Sunday through Thursday. 2 games tonight.
We're knocking out 10
So
games a week.
you're looking
So
at 10
we're
games a week on there.
8 weeks, minus breaks and holidays and all that stuff. So yeah.
Oh.
Okay, and how long are the playoffs approximately?
Let's see.
This one's going to be a little bit longer than the others because you got the number of teams,
Yeah,
right? Card,
4 to 5 weeks.
yeah.
That's just however long it takes. Because
But,
obviously you can knock out a series in a week, and then it just however many rounds we got. So 4 to 5 weeks.
Right. So once you get to the final 8, it's going to be another four rounds, right?
Yeah,
Once you
pretty
get
much. Yeah.
okay.
we'll give some shout outs here to the chat. Some of my longtime friends here. Like I said, I haven't streamed for like over 2 years on here. Shout out to Droid. Shout out to Johnny Blaze over there and there. Those guys are always
Oh, Johnny Blaze is
doing
there?
it. Yeah,
Damn, son, that's
yeah.
crazy.
Johnny Blaze always there. That's the legend, man.
Yo,
But
did that joint fold out of Florida, Hollywood, or not?
no.
Oh, those scrubs are still around? Nah, I'm just kidding.
But no, what he mentioned, John, he's saying it's a bring your own team, but there is trades in there involved on there. So I'm like, wow, how the hell does that work? But so like a lot of the stuff that you say is like it shouldn't work, but they do make it work, and I'm surprised. Hey, it's working, so I can't criticize that, man. I mean, you mentioned the staff, you mentioned the number of teams, the number of players on there. So I'm excited about that. So something definitely working. I mean, the success here, you cannot underestimate that for sure. John, we've done other leagues, man. We've done, most of them either get
But he's right
rebranded,
about the draft is
sold out.
crazy. It's
Yeah,
absolutely insane when you have a draft league. So
yeah.
this is BYO, bring
Hey,
your own team. I think I
hey,
think that's a very
hey,
compelling argument
but
for that.
listen, at least you're not getting defranchised. You're not getting trapped on the draft, or you know what I mean. So all that like what I mean. As far as the drafts go, those aren't always picture perfect on there. You know what I mean. Somebody always dominates over the other. So hey, you're talking about league parity as well. You know what I mean? Mention on that. So
Oh my God, I think I did jinx it because the Jets just tied it. Wow, bro. What a disaster.
man,
I can't believe
this
I
guy
jinxed it, dude.
Rocky
No way.
Seconds left.
with 2 seconds left.
Yeah, 2 seconds left. They tied it up.
1.6 seconds left, dude. That's crazy, bro.
Holy shit! And I apologize putting the show on. I forgot it was a game 7 tonight, and then I was going to move it down. But oh man, listen, if you're a Blues fan and things don't go on tonight, this guy right there, I'll send you guys the address later on after the broadcast. Man,
Dox me, dude. I'm a public figure already. Don't worry about it. Some people know my address. Come and see me. I got something for you. Come and see me, yo.
And I just thought of something else that kind of puts us above most other leagues is we get EA branding. So we get packs from EA. We get club bags. So we have right off the start, as soon as you get your team, we get the information over to EA, and then we get all the jerseys the team have, pro stadiums, everything. So even on a new game like this game, as soon as this game came out, we were kind of questioning, hey, maybe we won't get it, maybe we will. And then of course DJ Treason came through, and we have EA branding. So I think that sets us apart from most other leagues, and that's definitely helped the successfulness of the AXHL.
So what? Basically, essentially, EA Sports they promote your league or whatever.
I don't know if they necessarily promote, but it's a certain partnership kind of. It's they help us out, they give us club bags, and set us up for success before we even start.
Right, because it helps them with their sales and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would say so.
Yeah.
So you don't have to start from like the bottom, like build a thing up, to get your jerseys or stadium, whatever. You know what I mean? Boom.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
As long as you start or pick a team that has some sort of branding in the game, yeah, you get everything that comes with it.
Yeah. So what would you say, about 3 seasons per calendar year? You would say approximately, Rocky, or what?
I would say so. Well, maybe even more, really, because I mean, unless you factor in the breaks and all that stuff, because we definitely give people ample time off for holidays and whatever else may happen. But yeah, I'd say 3 or 4 seasons a year we could probably knock out. And Vaughn,
man.
fuck you.
I didn't know there was a lot of Jets fans here, or is it just a lot of Blues
I
haters?
think they're just
No,
Eagles fans in
Vaughn
general,
is
just
the
professional
other
trash talk.
AXHL
I agree
Wired
with that, dude.
co-host, and he loves to give me shit. That's all that is.
I don't know what you guys drinking here tonight, man. I got mine here. So we got a lot of topics we want to go about. But no, this is good. This is why I wanted you on the show, man, because me and Giant were definitely curious on that, aspect. I did want to go a little bit over the All-Star stuff and then the four series that people want to, mainly over here for our prediction, our analysis, on this for the wild card.
I mean, but it's good to get some context on the league or whatever too. So you're saying that the league's approximately 4 years old, you'd say?
Yeah, I think they started, and Treason could probably answer that in the comments. He knows better than I have, because like I said, I joined late. So
Right,
I'd say
6 and 7,
three
you said,
or 4 years. 3 or 4 years it's been around. Yeah, we've
And
gone
that-
through 2 different Discord servers, and this has been the one for a while.
And that's
So
crazy.
basically, back in the day, they used to have forums and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
nowadays, everything is done in Discord too, right?
Yeah, definitely. Discord helps run things a lot. It's definitely helped because I remember I've been around. I may look young, but I'm approaching 30, and I've been around for in leagues for close to 15 years now. And we used to run it through like WhatsApp and all kinds of shit. It was such a mess back in the day. Sheets, Google Docs and all that stuff.
Oh gosh.
And now
that,
that's
man.
another thing. I just keep coming up with things that are
spreadsheets. My
great.
God, man.
Don't get,
AXHL has their own site.
don't get us back to like League Daddy and stuff, man, or the Excel sheet,
League Daddy,
man. But
So
this guy
primitive.
right here, Rocky, we got to get this guy back on the Discord. He does have a Discord account, man, but not as active. You know what I mean? So we're gonna try to get this guy maybe after the show on that. There's a lot of stuff to see, man. There's a lot of chirping going on there, which is great. A lot of talk in the chats, very active. I love it, and we want to bring more of that excitement here as well. The best entertainment to you guys. But
I was looking at the rules and stuff like that too, right? So you say all you need to do is send a screenshot to somebody by 12:30 p.m., 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the night of that respective series, and it will be posted in some sort of database that is linked to the website.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we use the API. So we have an API system that pulls the data straight from EA. But yeah, the screenshots definitely help. They, it's kind of a backup. But yeah, it's all ran through the API. So as long as we have it punched in the right way. I'm not a API guy, so I'm not sure how that shit works. But that's above my pay grade. But yeah, it's all ran through that, so it's pretty streamlined.
damn, it looks like a lot of people here in the chat, man, are hoping for Winnipeg to come through. They came back, rallied back 3-3
They're
in
gonna lay an
overtime.
egg. It never should have come down to it. They a bunch of scrubs. Watch out, man. R.I.P. to the
Giants
Jets. R.I.P.
with
Yo.
prediction, man. We'll
Yeah.
see, and we'll see if his predictions are as good as it comes to the wild card games. But yeah, the thing that was crazy, started 2022, whatever. Last year, man, a lot of leagues took a huge hit, man, and I saw a lot of leagues fold, done, no longer on there, and it seemed it did not affect AXHL at all, man. So, which is great, which is on there. But let's move on here. We had the All-Star Series going on, best of 5 on there. Giant, we've called a couple All-Star Series games. We've seen some happen. Some leagues run it, some leagues don't. The difficulty of the All-Star stuff. The main thing is this, man. When it comes to the All-Star Series, a lot of guys like it, but then here comes the problems, man. Getting the guys to show up, number one. That's it, because you're playing All-Star Series where it doesn't mean anything for the regular season, right? You don't get anything out of it on there. You know what I mean? So having the guy show up, number one. Number two, the problem that people have is with the season, because now you're prolonging the playoffs. You know what I mean? On top of that, you add in a holiday like Easter and that. So I could see why guys get heated for that reason. You know what I mean? Now, is there a perfect system for it? I don't know. I mean, will there be some kind of adjustments future season? Is there going to be more All-Star Series? Did they run an All-Star Series last season, or was this the first season they ran that with?
We've done All-Star.
Okay.
I want to say a few times. Yeah, it's definitely not the first time.
How do you do that with 40 teams? That's the thing. You know what
That's
I'm
all
saying,
by
Rocky?
nominations.
Okay.
So the managers of each team will nominate 2 people, and then we run a draft, an all-star draft, and then go from there. So it actually boiled down
said,
to, I
"What's
think,
up, Hollywood?"
I know, man.
That sounds like a Canadian too. It's probably a Canadian. Hey, Hollywood. Hey.
He's been all over, man. Tremendous player, man. Definitely. I don't know if he's in the AXHL. If he's not, man. Yeah, he's got to get him, man. But no, I seen a lot of familiar faces, a lot of familiar names, especially on that Toledo squad that I'm familiar with. Detroit as well. But we'll go over that. I did post a couple of highlights there of the All-Star games, the streams that I could have gotten on the games. Just a highlight reel of those, something that I'm doing right now. Probably do some for the playoffs as well. For the wild cards that they start tomorrow. Because right now I haven't checked off my live. You guys play Sunday through Thursday. You know what I mean? Because I still have my part-time gig available right now. But depending on how things go, I spoke, a couple guys, and we'll see how things go. Maybe I'll do a couple of 1, 2, maybe 3 a week. We'll see what happens. But okay. So that's the
last question I have. Is there a maximum quantity of games that you're allowed to play in a season or no?
No, you play as many as you want to play.
Okay.
We had a guy last season. Oh, shit. What was he played I think he missed a week. So he ended up playing 70 games or something like that. It was last season's Rocket Richard winner.
Amazing. And usually these are typically the owners of the clubs or what?
No, he was I think he was management, but no, you don't necessarily if you look at this season's standings or player leaderboards, Kane from Chicago, he's just a player. He's just super available.
Okay.
Sounds good. Available. And that game's still going on in overtime. We'll bring you guys the update as soon as we have it here. We'll also take any questions in the chat, man. Anyone in the chat that wants to bring up any type of questions or comments, let us know.
Hollywood, give some shout out to the people in the chat, man.
Yeah. And it's also, I want to mention this. It's being streamed right now on Twitch and YouTube. So whichever one you're on there, whichever one you're logged into to place a comment or you rather watch on, they're both being streamed simultaneously right now.
DJ Treason.
And
oh man, some merch over here. DJ Treason. Shout out to Johnny Bales. That's Johnny Blaze right there, man. Droidy or Droid Diddy, Triple D. I mean, he's got big ass jugs. I don't even understand that nickname. Vaughn, big trash talker. I like that. All he's just saying is a lot of trash talking. Love this, man. Loxy, welcome everybody to the chat.
And also, if anybody wants to come on the show here with us, message Rocky. He's got the link, man. We'll send you the link to invite you guys in here. Even if you want to come in a couple minutes, maybe you own one of the teams or you're playing in the playoffs on here, or when we do predictions, you want to place in any comments, message him there on the Discord. He'll send you guys the link. But let's get things started. So, we got 4 matchups here in the wild card. So it's ranked number. Let me bring up the standings on here, actually. So, so we got, the conferences all laid out on here. And basically, you got your Eastern Conference right here. I'm sorry, Western Conference, right? Pacific Division, So there was a total of 10 teams in each division. So the top 7 make it. So 6 and 7 is the wild card spot. So from this division, it's going to be the LA Kings against the Calgary Flames. I definitely want to get into that series. I don't know. Somebody messaged me all this hype about the Calgary Flames, and I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Maybe you guys do, but we'll see. Then we go into the Central Division here. So over here, it's going to be the Manitoba Moose going up against the Brampton Beast, number 6 for 7. Then on the other side, the Eastern Conference over here, in this division, we got the Penguins against Lightning, number 6 and 7. And then the Atlantic Division over here, Montreal against the Hershey Bears. And the winner of that wild card, remember, they play the number 1 spot, the number 1 team on there. So those are the 4 matchups on here. So let's start things off with this one. LA Kings against the Calgary Flames on here. I'll give you guys my pick right here, right now. I'm going with the Kings. I'm going Kings taking this one. I'm looking at here. How is Calgary even in the playoffs? Is what I'm guessing on here. And you look at this here. You look at the record wise, man. 25 games won all season. You mentioned the 82 games played. 25 games won for this team. You know, only reason they're in there here, Giant man, is because the other teams were just that much worse here.
I mean, it's crazy when you see the stats itself. I must say, I'm inclined to agree, but I'm very concerned about the Kings over there too. They got this guy on there. So what drives me a little crazy is how do you even get into a wild card with 25 wins out of 82? But it makes sense. I see now how it makes more sense when you have over 40 teams. You have to have some sort of instrument like this, like the wild card playoffs, in order to continue to keep things a little more excited. Because if you're going to have that many teams that are out of the playoffs, the interest could be lost very quickly as well. But you got a guy over here now. It looks like there's a little bit more stability. The only thing I can say for the Kings is it looks like there's a little bit more stability. They got some guys playing 36 games, 29, 32 games. But you look at the goalies, and it is scary looking. They got this guy called Brick Wall. Man, it might as well be Stick Wall, because you just blow at the fucking thing and it's gonna fall over. The guy it's crazy. He's got a 75% save percentage, 5.0 goals allowed average. Absolutely insane. He does a good job on breakaways. I'll give him props for that. But all the other, he looks like he's under duress, and he's got so many losses. It's mind-boggling to me, fellas.
Well, look at that one stat right there, man. 510 goals allowed for this team, and then it's not just him. You pointed out.
Metro too. Metro's an issue too.
But that is very bad.
Metro's better, but Metro's better than Brick. I'll say that.
If I'm LA, I put pucks on the net. I just throw pucks on the net on here. Now, I'll say this though, man. They did match up in April, man. These two teams, and where Calgary actually ended up winning that game, surprisingly. 3-2 was the final on that. That was April the 13th, So a month ago maybe on there, But I don't know. I'm just Rocky. What's this hype? Some people actually picking the Flames in this series. What am I not seeing? The only thing here's what I look at. Kings on a 6-game. They finished the season losing all 6 of their last games. And you don't want that happening going into the playoffs. I get it, man. I get it. That's very cold on there. But outside of that, man, I don't give the Flames a chance here, man. I don't know. These guys gotta go to church Monday or something, or Jesus got to come down. What do you think, Rocky? Who do you got here in this pick between the Kings and the Flames?
Yeah, I got the Kings taking them down in 2 games. I'm shocked that this is even a matchup, like you guys said. But like Giant mentioned, you got to have people going into the playoffs. So tough draw for the Flames, really. I would rather be on the golf course if I was them.
Yeah, I'm looking at this too. The sample size isn't big enough, but chip away at Pride got some decent stats over here. Just again, the sample size isn't large enough. Only played 4 games, 3-1. Shots allowed 78, goals allowed 15. We'll see what happens, guys. It's a best of 3 series, so it should be over and pretty painless. It could be over in one night, theoretically. You know, if it's just a sweep, it's over. It's all over. So I am picking the Kings to win. Good luck to both teams.
And you mentioned a good point on that, Giant. I want to ask the panel here. This is a best of 3 series. It's not your best of 7 on here. Now, that makes a big factor here for me. I'll tell you why. Because, look, when you're in the regular season, a lot of these teams are based on the depth of your team as well. You know what I mean? Because you're playing 82 games. So the more depth you have, the better your team's going to be on there. But when you're playing a best of 3 on there, that goes right out the window because I mean, you even see it in the playoffs. So you see like a rank 2 against a rank 7 or rank 3 versus a rank 6, where the higher seed might lose the first game or the first 2 games on there. And if that happens here, you got one bad night on there, you're done. You're finished.
The Flames got so many people on their roster. It looks like a human trafficking ring. 39 people on offense. I'm like, what is going on over there?
See, the tough thing
Crazy.
about our website is it doesn't once the team
the trades or the moves.
Yeah, it doesn't get rid of the people.
Some of the guys that were moved, but they probably had stats on that team and still being triggered. Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. So they made a lot of moves.
Just like I suggested, potential human trafficking. Yeah,
there's been a lot.
I see how it goes.
A lot of moves on there. But that's the thing. In this wild card,
it makes sense if they move or whatever.
But that's why they call it the wild card on here because listen, man, it's not a best of 7 series. One night, boom, you're off that night. You're done. You're packing it up on here. There's no, next game. There's no coming back in the series on there. It's over. So, I mean, what do you do here, Rocky? I mean, do you put your best guys out there, get the series done with? Do you believe in chemistry on here, keeping the lineups that you ran throughout the season? Or do you see teams mixing it up on here? Do you mess with that chemistry? I mean, if you're Calgary here, I don't think it matters because they haven't a set line here for all season long. But will that be a factor here in any of the series, especially in this particular one? Can the Flames come out there, night 1 and pull it off? I mean, are we going to be surprised on here? It could happen. I mean, they beat the Kings. I just mentioned, like a month ago on here. That happens here. We could see the Kings being dropped off right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm putting together the lineup, I put my top guys out and just watch them get destroyed. That's that's the best thing you can hope for. Just kill people, end it quickly. Get it over with.
Okay, all right. So we all got the Kings in this one. Hey, I see the Calgary Flames like this, man. Giant, I know you're a smoker out there, man. It's like when you have your cigarette, man, and you're pretty much done with it. It's still lit. It's still, burning on there. You're getting rid of it on there. And that's the Calgary Flames. Yeah, they're in the playoffs, man. But all LA here has to do is stomp on it, put the flame out, and it's over for Calgary.
Yeah. Sometimes it's that simple.
But regardless here, who it is, man, good luck against Vegas the next round, man. But let's move on. So the other series we got, Manitoba Moose against the Brampton Beast. Now, I could see this one go either way. I'm a big Moose fan. I mean, I still got a Moose shirt somewhere back here, man. I might put it on the broadcast here. But I love defense, man. I love defense. And I don't care. And that's why I'm taking the Beast in this one. I think they have a solid D. Yeah, their offense might struggle here, but they keep themselves in the games, man. And look at this, man. They both finish off well, man, finishing the season. Look at that, 7-game winning streak, Moose with 5 on this. You look at the wins, the losses, the points. It's all identical, man. It's all even on paper here. Yeah. And even their last meeting on here went into overtime. Moose ended up winning that one 2-1. But I don't know. I like this Beast team just because of the defense. I mean, look at the goals against for this team. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, they're not allowing much, man.
No, I agree.
Great defense on there. What is it? A mix of both on there? I mean, that might be better than Toronto or Vancouver at this point, man. I'm sorry, Moose. I usually do take the Moose, but I'm going with the Beast in this one. Rocky, what do you see in this one? It looks pretty even on paper. What do you think?
Yeah, I got the Beast going forward as well. I know the boys at the Beast, Sloth Climax, Crazy Ape. Those guys, those are my boys. And my not so Irish Mick, he's a solid defenseman. So I'm a defenseman whenever I play. So I also have an appreciation for defense. And I think that with the goals against that they've allowed throughout the season and the defense that they should have, I don't think they should have any issue beating the Moose. It'll be a good series, though, for sure. I think it'll go 3.
Yeah. I think so too, man. I mean the standings, and I mean, you know, I don't know if that's right though. I think they're missing the 2 games, 36, 44. Maybe my calculation is different, but regardless, I mean they're hot right now. I mean you finish the season 7 game winning streak on there. You're bringing that momentum in here on the wild card. I think what they got to do here, they got to keep the scores low. If this thing becomes a shootout here, a beast ain't winning, man. They are not winning this game. Rocky, if you're the Moose, man, what needs to happen for the Moose to win this series here? What needs to happen, whether it's on the Moose side or something that doesn't happen on the Beast side, for the Moose to become successful in this series?
Well, I got a little inside information. So the Beast are playing Imperfect Dread in net, and he's been pretty damn solid this season. Only 10-3-3 to finish out the regular season. Only 51 goals against. There you go. You see it now. So they got to figure out how to beat this goalie. He's hot. 83.65% save percentage. So he's going to stop a lot of pucks. So you really just need to figure out how to beat him and then abuse it. Just abuse the shit out of it. That's the best way to go.
It's not only that, fellas, but even Sloth Climax has, again, it's a small sample, but in a pinch, I mean, he might be able to play. He might be able to play goalie too in a pinch if there's somebody's using dial-up internet or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You might have that opportunity for that. So,
hey, listen, Giant, I think if you put the pads on, you win on this team, you might have pretty impressive numbers. It's not only that. I mean, that defense he's got in front of him, man. Is tremendous. I mean, these guys, like I said, they get rid of that puck from that zone. It does not stay in that defensive zone too long, man. Yeah, I would like to see a little bit more offensive, but you know what I mean. But listen, I'll go with defense all day.
Defense wins
all day
championship,
long, man.
fellas. Learned that from when I was very young.
So, what do you think, Giant man? You going with the Beast, or the Moose gonna pull out the upset?
I'm all in on the Brampton Beast. Let's go, baby.
Beast is actually the lower seed, so it is the we call it an upset. 7 on there. Like I said, it's tight. I mean, I don't know what was the tiebreaker on there to get to home. Here's what I'm upset about, man. Is the Detroit Red Wings. Because Detroit made a big push towards the end of that season, and I'm surprised they did not make it. They also finished with the same points. But what is it? The number of wins or head-to-head that differs that got them out of the playoffs?
Well, I think we have a lot of forfeit draws that don't actually show on the site, because we went over it on the podcast that not always does the site, like the site's not exactly accurate as far as the points goes. So okay. I think the Moose actually have more points than that, because you mentioned that they're missing 2 games off of the final standings. So yeah. I think that's all it came down to. But as far as like say in the Metro, if you look down there where it's Tampa and Pittsburgh, they have a pretty similar record, but they finished with the same amount of points, but the Penguins had the 1 extra regulation win, and that's how we do it. That's how we started, at least.
Yeah. But I mean, for Beast to be ranked number 7 and to only allow 233 goals on the entire season, man, I mean that is pretty impressive compared to even the higher seed teams, man. In this, Beast, Detroit. Unfortunately, maybe next season. Let me pull up Detroit. I mean, what happened with these guys? I mean, I know a lot of familiar names here. Cynical being one of them. McGilla being the other guy over there.
Yeah, shout out to McGilla. Nice.
But yeah, unfortunately, they needed that 1 extra win. Swizz rolled, shout out to him as well. Young Buffalo, so a lot of these guys, like these Cats, I was hoping they'd made it to the playoffs, but maybe next season. All right, so we're all going with the Beast here, man. Okay, nobody wants to take the Moose on that one. Okay. Now here, this one could go either way. I think this might be the best series in the wild card. And that's Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay on here. I love both of these teams, man. I think they had solid seasons here. It's hard to take. I mean, same thing as the other series that we looked at. I mean, very identical on here. Um, I, I'll start with you guys, man. I'll give you guys my picks after this. Like I said, they're both 49% on this between Tampa and Pittsburgh. Last meeting, Pittsburgh did win 3-2 on there. But the only reason, I'll say this, man. Only reason they won that freaking game, who was in that? Brock, man. Brock fucking stood on his head. I watched that game between these two. And, man, I don't know. He had like 20-plus saves in that game. And that could have went either way. But I don't know. And then Pittsburgh's got I think they forfeited the last two games. Is that a concern on there? But I think Tampa Bay controlled most of that game. I mean, you look at time attack shots, they definitely dominated in their last meetup, just didn't get the W. But hey, it's a best of 3 series. So that happens here, man. Could be a quick exit. I like Tampa. Rocky, who do you like in this one?
Well, if you open up the Tampa team, you'll see a familiar face, and that would be my face. So I used to be on this team. So give me Tampa. I know that they can show up and do well. So it's just about doing it. So yeah, that definitely give me Tampa.
I'll give you one name, man. Malkin, whatever name he goes by on Move right now. I don't
Finish
know.
smooth. Yeah, he's a dog.
This guy, man, and especially in a series like this, it's a wild card on here. I put that guy in no matter what, man. You want this series to end quick. He's the guy. He's the playmaker that's going to go out there and can be that difference here in this series. And that's why I like Tampa. I like that for him. Just the fact that this one guy on here, I think it's a difference maker. If it was a best of 7 series, I think Pittsburgh has the more better depth on there. I would have gone with Pittsburgh. But this being, a shorter series like this, 3, I'm going with the Lightning. Giant. What do you see here in this series, man?
Listen, is this stat right, Rocky, that you only got 6 games played?
I played 6 games for Tampa.
Okay.
I played more for Florida.
Okay. So you're one of the players that are on the transaction wire as well.
Yeah. Well, see, I had actually asked Tampa for a release because I wasn't sure how much time I'd have to play because I'm a truck driver. So I never know what my schedule is going to look like. But
Sure.
I ended up having, like I said, the guy that took over Florida, I went and helped him make sure that, followed the rules, all that shit, just to kind of help out. So that's the only reason I'm not on Tampa now.
Yeah, Pittsburgh still has Brock, right? Brock still plays for Pittsburgh? He's still on that roster, right?
I never know.
It
doesn't take the players off after they get traded or anything. So if
he's still there, I keep him in, man. I mean, that's what won Pittsburgh that game a couple weeks ago on there. But I don't know. I mean, that Tampa offense just very dangerous, man. Very
Speaking
dangerous.
of your pick to click, Malkin just scored for the Tampa Bay Lightning. They have a 2-0 lead right now.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, Tampa Bay it is. It sounds like an easy call.
Easy call. And that St. Louis game is still going on. Power play for Winnipeg in overtime. So we're still waiting for a winner on that one. So we're all going Tampa, man. Okay, nobody.
We're all in agreement on these picks, so I don't know how any of us is gonna either. We're all gonna eat egg, or we're going to look like very stable geniuses. One of the two, fellas.
Okay.
Well, so far, looking around the league, we're not too far off because the Beast have a 2-1 lead after 1. Kings are up 3-1 after 1, and the Tampa Bay Lightning are holding a 2-0 lead, about to go into the first intermission.
So Rocky, so it's so there's some games played today, and then tomorrow they have to. So when does the next round start?
The next, so we'll start. The first round will actually start. Tuesday after all these play-in games finish up.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah.
For the next round. Okay.
So I'm not sure how the league's going to handle that, being if any season or series needs 7 games. So they may start on Monday. I'm not sure. Okay. I'm not sure what his plan is. This is kind of a new format that we're kind of running with.
What's good, I'm actually available on Thursday. So if any games go to that game 7, man, we get that game 7 for that first round I could definitely bring live coverage, live stream on that with the commentary for this upcoming Thursday. So that works out well. Okay. And then we had one more. It was the Montreal against the Hershey Bears. This one on here. And what's crazy about this freaking conference, I mean, if you take a look at it, I mean, all these teams just absolutely ripped it this season. Kind of surprised with the Rangers. I thought they were going to be better, but look at this. Everybody's got like over 100 points. Hershey Bears only 1 point behind that, at 99. So I mean, this is going to be a battle. This division itself on here. They've been battled throughout the season. So now we got the Canadians, we got the Bears. Montreal's the better seed with 102 points. You got the Bears with 99 on here. Even though, looking at the record wise, I still like the Bears. I'm going with the Bears in this one. I might be a bit biased. I do not like Montreal, maybe. Sorry, not sorry, but I like the Bears, man. I like the Bears, and here's why, man. You take a look at the goals for, goals against here, man. Plus 76 for the Bears. And I think that's big. I think that's huge for a number 7 seed, to be plus anything, So that means you're scoring more than your opponents are, right? I mean, you're putting up more points than you're allowing on there. You're on a 4-game winning streak to end the season here. I like the Bears. I like the Bears in this one. I know there's some dangerous weapons there on the Montreal, but I'm going with Hershey here. Rocky, what do you see here in this series?
Well, we're finally going to contrast each other. I'm going to go actually the Canadians in this one. There's not much reasoning behind it other than the Hershey Bears lost a pretty vital piece of their team due to a ban recently, which would have been Nossi. Okay. He's a scoring son of a gun, definitely play mix as well. So it's a tough loss for them, but I just think, I think the Canadians are a real strong team. They have it's going to be a tough one. Let's just say that. I think that's another one that'll go 3. You look at it, Hershey's got the better plus minus over the course of the season. So, but I think when it comes to playoffs, it's definitely a different animal.
Now, when it comes to this, the ban or whatever, can you tell that somebody's banned on the team by this by the regular season statistics, or no? They've been removed from the roster entirely as a result of a suspension.
They'll show up as an error if they're still on the roster itself. But other than that, you'll have to go to confirm player punishments in the Discord to see the
ban it looks itself. Like they got 2 banned players on because you see 2 errors on there, and this is as a result of behavior on Discord. Is that accurate?
Yeah, the guy that I was mentioning, he actually got banned for 10 seasons for harassment of a community member and breaking the zero tolerance rule. So yeah, we have a pretty strict zero tolerance policy. If you break it, you definitely get that kick.
Man, okay. I mean that's almost like a perma ban. 10 seasons. You've been banned 10 seasons for harassment of somebody. That it's crazy. Well, so I don't know what kind of trash you're allowed to talk or whatever. You're saying you just don't discriminate, like if they're for their religion or whatever, right? Let me look at the rules. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, chat update on there. Hershey is up 2-0 right now, so that's a good sign for the Bears. Their last meeting was on April 17, where the Bears actually came up with a decisive win, 4-1 final. Even though they were outshot in that game, time attack wasn't even close. Montreal were done, but somehow the Bears found a way to win, and convincingly, a 4-1 win is big. And right now, as it stands. In the chat,
I'm gonna go with Rocky on this. I'm gonna say the Canadians got a good chance. They're not in good shape right now, but they got time to turn it around.
Well, the one guy on the freaking Canadians, what is that guy, Ryballs or something like that?
Yeah, Ryballs.
Dude, I mean his stats are just tremendous, man. Where is he? Right here. 69 goals, 89 assists, 158 points. Holy cow! But has he played with Montreal this entire season or what?
I believe so. Yeah.
Has to. Look at
You
this
know,
Pasternak though. He's got 94 points on 31 games played. Like, come on.
yeah. So that, I mean, they, like I said, they do have the weapons on there. I'm going. I might be going with my heart on this one. You know what I mean, with the Bears. We'll see what happens. But remember, guys, like we mentioned, this is the wild card, man, and it's different. It's not your best of 7. You know what I mean? We've seen so many times, even the top teams, man, go down 2, maybe even go down 3-0, come back, winning game 6, winning game 7 on there. You can't do that here. You can't do that in a wild card.
Yeah.
One bad night, you're done. It's over. You know, one of these guys does not perform in that first night that you put him in on there. That's huge, you know. Also, the home field advantage on there, 2-1. You know what I mean? Goes to that number 6 seed. Even though I'm taking all number 7 besides the Kings on here, which is the 6th seed, but will home field play a factor? You know what I mean? On that. So you guys got the Canadians. At least we got something different on here, man. And we'll see how the rest of the games go. Hey, so some teams might be out tonight, Rocky, right?
Yeah. There's definitely a strong chance.
Okay. All right. And like I said, I'm gonna try my best. I think this Thursday I got my schedule open. So if there is, if that happens to be a game 7 for round 1, that'll be great. I'll come in for that. If not, we're gonna try to do this again Sunday. Break things down again. Let us guys know, man, in the chat, in the comments, on the Discord, what you guys want to see on the show, what you guys like, don't like, because there's different stuff that we could do. Bring on here, bring other guests, maybe bring some of these owners on here, teams that advance or teams that are going to play each other next round. You know what I mean? We could always do that. Comments, chats over there as well. You guys have anything else there to say, Giant? Any other ideas?
Everybody who stopped in and came to say hi, and make sure you continue to check the website out, the AXHL.com. Check out the shop on there too. It's absolutely fantastic. Never seen anything like it. They got they got agreements with these websites with my spread shop, so it's absolutely fantastic. Some of the swag doesn't even seem too expensive too. It seems pretty reasonable. So shout out to everybody involved and all the administration and stuff like that. And to you morons who got banned, don't do anything stupid. It's so easy to act like a human being. Leave it to the useless politicians out there in Canada and the United States. Let them battle it out when they got the cameras in front of them. Other than that, act like a human being and treat other people with respect. It's really simple, everybody.
Right.
That's all I got, Hollywood and Rocky.
That's right. No, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And that's a Jets fan, not a Winnipeg Jets fan, but a New York Jets fan in NFL.
Yeah, I've been suffering for 15 years at least. At least 15 years haven't been in the playoffs. We're the new Browns of the NFL. So
yeah. Well, we're gonna cut it off here a bit short, Rocky. I know that overtime game is still going on. A lot of guys want to hop in there, watch that as well. I totally forgot there was a game 7 going on tonight, but we'll try my best. Make it there Thursday, and also if there is streams and there is videos on any of these games, I could also bring in those highlight reels like you saw.
Yeah, just a heads up. The playoff game, if you're still interested, it's on TBS. So at least the United States, TBS
or
it's
Max.
Also on Max. Yeah, that's where I'm watching is Max.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. They streaming.
Nobody got cable anymore, man. These cable channels.
I guess I'm old school,
yeah,
fellas. All
yeah.
right.
I ain't on cable channels, man.
It's on.
It's all straight.
I haven't had cable in 10 years, so.
Oh man, you guys are crazy, bro. I work too hard, man. Not that.
The Wall's not even on USA anymore. You got Netflix for that. You got, what I mean? So.
Yeah. No, I can't do that yet. I can't adjust like that. I'm good.
And we'll shout out everybody that joined, that came in the chat here today. Like I said, it was a hiatus for a while, but the more consistent we're on, more shows on here, hopefully get more chat in here, more viewers, and the more of that we get, the more shows we produce on here for you guys. That's what it comes down to. We want to be here. You guys want to see us here. You want us to be here. we'll deliver it. Especially for the playoffs. We want to run through this playoffs, see how it goes, and if we have a fun run on there, hey, we'll be back for next season. So, Rocky, any final words before we get us out of here, man?
Good luck to everybody that's playing tonight, and let's go Blues.
There we go.